Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today, and we are starting with Hideo Kojima giving us our best look yet at the upcoming PlayStation 6 title, PHYSINT, which is essentially going to be a type of spiritual successor to Metal Gear Solid. But on top of that, we also got a new look at Kojima Productions' horror game OD, which is being published by Xbox Game Studios, and we'll talk about that as well. But starting here with PHYSINT, being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle, they say we've finally been given our first look at a promising PlayStation 6 exclusive game that was announced back in 2024. Kojima Productions' PHYSINT is billed as a, quote, next-generation action espionage game, end quote, and we now have a little bit more information about it. So the thing that they announced over on the Kojima Productions official Twitter is Kojima Productions' 10th anniversary event, Beyond the Strand breaking news, new reveals on PHYSINT. The poster art and several cast members have been unveiled. And so the first thing here is looking at the poster art. I mean, this is definitely giving heavy Metal Gear Solid vibes. I think everybody could kind of agree on that, but you can also see how it's deviating and what's different, and people are really focused on this character's face, trying to figure out who it is. It's clearly going to be a famous actor of some kind, and people are speculating that it could be Robert Pattinson, because Kojima did post not that long ago that he was talking to Robert Pattinson about things that he couldn't discuss, but people are also thinking that it's actually Eddie Redmayne, which actually, if you look at certain photos, it's like, yeah, that actually really looks like who this could be. But the three actors that are confirmed to be in PHYSINT are Charlie Fraser, Don Lee, and Manami Hamabe. So these are the first three people that we're hearing are going to be part of this project, and so it seems like the reveal of who the main protagonist is going to be, or who's going to play the main protagonist, I should say, is coming a little bit later. But yeah, this is pretty exciting. It's hard to get too excited though, because it's once again reiterated that this game is still years away. It's clearly going to be a PlayStation 6 title, but yeah, it feels much more real now. But something else that was revealed by Kojima Productions during their Beyond the Strand event is OD. A proper full-blown reveal trailer says here, Hideo Kojima has finally peeled back the curtain on his long-in-development horror game with Xbox Game Studios, the previously announced OD. The trailer, which is mostly shot from a first-person perspective, will largely rekindle fond memories of Kojima's infamous PT demo, which was used to announce the cancelled Silent Hills back on the PS4. The clip confirms a cast of Sophia Lillis, who we see at the tail end of the trailer, Udo Kier, and Hunter Schafer. The game is running on Unreal Engine 5 as opposed to Guerrilla's Decima engine, but no platform or release dates have been announced yet. The trailer does end with a message that says, quote, for all players and screamers, end quote. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen this trailer yet, but highly recommend checking it out. It looks really good. I mean, it definitely evokes that feeling that, is reminiscent of PT, and it looks like it's going to be a really good horror game, at least just based off of this trailer from Kojima Productions. But yeah, the question of whether or not this will be on PlayStation 5, I want to say probably. I mean, Microsoft is clearly okay with putting their games on PlayStation. They're continuing to do so. And the game does say for all players and screamers, and, I imagine this will come to PS5, but either way, this is our best look yet at the title, and so at this point, we're just kind of waiting to see some gameplay and get that release date. But we're going to move on to the next topic here, which is Sony announcing a new rewards program of some kind. It's definitely an unexpected one here, and I'm really curious to see what you guys think of this. The official PlayStation X account says, introducing franchise rewards. Celebrate your in-game wins with real-world commemorative merch. And so if you go over to the PlayStation blog, they say if you've ever felt like your Ghost of Tsushima journey deserved to be remembered beyond the screen, we've got something special to share starting today we're introducing a new merchandise program that celebrates your in-game achievements with special collectibles, beginning with Ghost Rewards. Players who have earned the Mono no Aware Gold or Living Legend Platinum trophies in Ghost of Tsushima by December 31st, 2025, can unlock access to a selection of limited edition merchandise. These items have been designed to honor the spirit of Jin Sakai's journey and the dedication of the fans who walked the same path. Yeah, it does say if you click on this and you check out what's on offer that you have until December 31st, 2025 to actually obtain these trophies. And if you obtain them, you have up till January 31st, 2026 to actually buy these items. And so right now it's just 2 items. It is a t-shirt that is for the Mono no Aware Gold trophy, and it's $30 US. But they also have a commemorative pin for the platinum, which is $25 US. And so, yeah, I mean, this is interesting and definitely not something I was expecting. I kind of do like the idea, I guess, of there being something limited, right, for those who actually beat the game and complete it. But I also see the other side of it where people are gonna be like, well, so like our reward for, you know, completing these games is buying merch from Sony. So it is kind of awkward in that sense, but I don't know, it's kind of like a mixed thing, but it's something that Sony's doing. And I have to admit, like, I'll be interested to see how far this goes, like if this is just going to be for like first party games or if maybe they'll do it with some third party games as well. But yeah, I kind of do like the t-shirt here, though. I have to admit it does look pretty cool because I know what trophy this is for. This is the trophy you get after you you know, do that final battle in Ghost of Tsushima at the very end where you have to make an important decision. I'm not going to spoil anything in case there's anybody who didn't beat it, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. I think that this may be what Sony decided to do instead of the PlayStation Stars program. I'm not entirely sure. But continuing to talk about Ghost, we're talking about Ghost of Yotei. Speaking of trophies, being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle, it says in just over a week, PS5 players will finally get their hands on the highly anticipated sequel to Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei. Like many first-party PS5 games, the journey to Tsushima's Platinum was not difficult, which seems to be the case for its follow-up. The PS5 trophy list for Ghost of Yotei seems pretty similar to its predecessor. Specifically, it seems players will have to partake in most of the side activities the game offers, as well as play through specific story moments. Overall, the road to the Platinum trophy will not be too difficult, but a little bit time-consuming. So I'm not going to go over all the trophies, obviously. We're going to avoid spoilers, but yeah, if you were wondering like how similar this trophy list is going to be to like Ghost of Tsushima's in order to get the Platinum, it's going to be very, very similar. So if you got the Platinum for Ghost of Tsushima, you should have no problem getting a Platinum for Yotei. But we're going to move on to the next topic, which talks about seemingly Gran Turismo 8, or at least that's what Polyphony Digital is hinting at. So they recently put out a new job listing, and they say here, quote, "We have continued to produce the Gran Turismo series for over 25 years now. The biggest reason we were able to continue this for so long is the existence of our player base, and we believe it is proof that the hard work we poured our lives into have truly resonated with them. We are proud to have brought ideas of the future into reality over the years through art and technology. But we still think there is much more to be done to provide the best experience for our players. For those of you who have the unending urge to create the future through art and technology, we await your passion, skill, and ideas at Polyphony Digital." And so what's interesting about this is the job listing does not explicitly mention Gran Turismo 7, but is talking about the Gran Turismo series as a whole. And so it should be no secret that they're obviously working on Gran Turismo 8, and it seems like this is a game that, I don't know if it'll necessarily be at the launch of the PlayStation 6, but it could be a title that's revealed in a similar time frame to kind of like when GT7 was announced for the launch window, I guess we could say, of the PlayStation 5. I imagine they're going to want to have Gran Turismo 8 kind of ready to go within the first year or two of the PlayStation 6 being out. But there you go. They're making it clear that they're looking to hire more people to get GT8 ready for the next generation. But moving on to the final topic of the video, we have another rumor regarding Resident Evil Requiem. This is being reported by Gaming Bolt. It says, with Leon S. Kennedy allegedly being revealed in Resident Evil Requiem this week, some new details have emerged about how his gameplay could work. YouTuber Residents of Evil spoke with leaker Dusk Golem about the same, who noted that Leon's story takes place mostly in 2020. If you remember, Grace Ashcroft's story unfolds in 2028, 8 years after the death of her mother, Alyssa. It's alleged that these are two parts of an interconnected story rather than separate campaigns. As for Leon's gameplay sections, they're reportedly bigger than Grace's, as he uses a vehicle to traverse levels. While they are action-focused, the horror is grounded and less campy overall. And if you've seen any rumors of the horror vet supporting an eye patch, both Dusk Golem and Residents of Evil reported that they're false. But what's also worth noting here is that they do say he's going to look a little bit older and he's going to be unshaven. So seems like we might end up getting Leon with a beard, and he'll have like some gray hair, I guess. So that's pretty cool. But the other thing too is they kind of emphasize once again that the action is going to be more grounded, and once again the kind of comparison to something like The Last of Us Part 2 in terms of its kind of like, you know, more brutal or intense grounded approach to combat against infected. It's kind of going to be something like that. So very, very exciting. At this point we're just waiting to hear you know, when Sony's going to do their state of play, and it seems, yeah, this reveal is happening this week. But there you go, that's the latest I have for you for Resident Evil. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.